Hello everyone, welcome to the Anime Recap Media YouTube channel. Please like the video, subscribe to help our channel and enjoy this full video.
Saw Polka arriving at the Shinoyama estate, with Misaki by his side. They were greeted at the door by twins Kazuki and Shizuki Shinoyama, following which Misaki introduced herself to Polka Shinoyama's nephew, Takeru Shinoyama. She explained how Polka had talked her down from jumping to her death and helped her out of many situations. Listening to her, Takeru commented that Polka might have really changed and said that he never expected him to wind up with the daughter of Sakimiya Steel's owner. The conversation then shifted to Polka's niece Seo Shinoyama talking about shark movies. Thereafter, Polka met his father, Rosen Shinoyama, and talked to him about his adventures. After listening to him, Rosen asked him who he truly was. Polka tried acting natural, but Rosen held a sword to his throat, stating that he wasn't his son. He then asked where the real Polka was and whether he was still alive. Suddenly, Polka felt that Kazuki and Shizuki might be in danger and ran out to protect them, telling Rosen that he will explain everything later. Following this, a flashback showed Sakusa Shinoyama dying at the hands of the notorious criminal, No, who had conspired with a Shinoyama relative to burn down their estate. Following the flashback, an employee informed Kazuki and Shizuki that a fire had broken out and asked them to evacuate. He tried ushering the twins into an escape tunnel. However, Kazuki refused and the person attacked them. Misaki was able to intercept the attack and fought the person who turned out to be No. The twins, on the verge of suffocation, were rescued by Polka, following which he and Misaki fought against No. The criminal unleashed his flames but was swiftly knocked out by lemmings. The relative who conspired with the criminal then found himself in the custody of Takeru, with Dragon Palace agency present there as well. The episode then showed the arsonist, No, being incinerated by the real fire-breathing bug while he was transported by police. The troublemaker also left the message, "This world is a buggy program, so it cries for the flame." Iwanome and Arrays were also seen talking to Phantom Solitaire about the fire-breathing bug. Lemmings informs Takeru Shinoyama that Polka reached Kazuki and Shizuki Shinoyama before he did. Takeru asks for details. Once resituated in the annex, Rosen Shinoyama dismisses his 3 hidden bodyguards when Corpse God requests privacy. Corpse God explains that he is an otherworlder who reincarnated in Polka Shinoyama's corpse and alludes to Misaki Sakimiya's culpability for Polka's death. Misaki says that Rosen would be within his rights to kill her and that she is unafraid of him, for he is a good person. The little shark plush flings itself between Misaki and Rosen's katana and spreads its flippers wide, just as a young Polka had done for his pet albino crocodile Shiro when Rosen intended to kill it. Rosen incredulously recognizes the plush as Polka and bursts into laughter, both at the ridiculous situation and how Polka seems to be enjoying himself, since Corpse God needs a vessel of his own before he can return to Polka his body. Once she and the Polkas do, he speculates that the intermediary they mentioned is probably Lisa Kuraki, someone he would rather avoid tangling with due to the heavy hitters in her arsenal, as much as he would also rather avoid the idea of a family member wanting Polka dead. He cannot discount it, and he supposes this must be karma catching up with him. Outside the damaged manor, Polka tells Takumi Kuruya over a call that he told Rosen the truth. Kazuki and Shizuki run over to thank Misaki and Polka for saving their lives. Polka replies that the credit goes to the fortune teller Corpse God and the twins' guardian angel. Before he and Misaki go check on Polka's pet, Misaki asks Corpse God if he intends to form a contract with Suzuka Shinoyama. Corpse God looks back at Suzuka, hugging the twins in utter contentment. Eventually, he replies, "But not now." In Tokyo Penitentiary, Tsubaki Iwanome informs Kozaburo Arrays and the Phantom Solitaire, Tena Sorimura, that the real fire-breathing bug incinerated a patrol car and its arsonist occupant. In other words, Solitaire says, "Bug preyed on a mimic." When Iwanome denies his request for another look at the Shikuzawa building footage, Solitaire decides to go see it for himself. The lights switch off. Arrays switches on his flashlight only to discover Solitaire is long gone. Under a late afternoon sky, Solitaire immediately begins plotting his comeback tour. Comps 3 assembles for an emergency meeting wherein Iwanome briefs his subordinates on Solitaire's criminal career. Fumio Yamada ushers Iwanome, Arrays, and a third Comps 3 man to the television. A familiar mustachioed news anchor is reporting on Solitaire's prison breakout despite Iwanome's media muzzle. Takumi, meanwhile, has to explain to Corpse God and Hosoroji who Solitaire is since Hosoroji died before Solitaire began his criminal spree. Misaki wonders why the news anchor's voice changed from a woman's to a man's. Iwanome flicks through the television channels with increasing alarm, for each one is broadcasting the same exact feed. The news anchor, Solitaire, removes his glasses and announces that he will resume performing a week from now, so the police ought to take advantage of their grace period. His villainous airs are undermined when he indecisively fumbles his sign-off catchphrase. Solitaire's face on the police's TV screen is replaced by the equally frazzled faces of the anchors of the news channel the TV is set to. Arrays wonders how Solitaire managed to jack the airwaves. Iwanome says he probably bought airtime from the grocer, who remains as much of a merchant in his cell as he was out of it. After the broadcast, Sorimura was confronted by the real fire-breathing bug who tried to burn him to death. However, with the help of his magic tricks and athletic ability, he evaded the fire attacks. While dodging, he talked to the bug about how waste in any form is a good thing. The end of the episode saw Seo Shinoyama arriving at Polka's place with a shark-themed sleeping bag and a bodyguard. Seo Shinoyama, having invited herself to the abandoned building as its new lodger, tells her new housemates Misaki Sakimiya and Takumi Kuruya that it is nice to meet them. She introduces herself as Polka Shinoyama's niece and her attendant Xiao Yulei as a trainee butler, something she only learned today. Misaki, unlike Takumi, has no need to introduce herself since Seo remembers her from brunch. Corpse God asks why Seo has come and receives a morose, oblique reply about toasted sharks that Xiaoyu translates. Young Miss Seo's bedroom and shark memorabilia collection were consumed by the estate fire. He plays a pre-recorded video of Rose and Shinoyama asking Polka to take in Seo and her bodyguard for now because Polka's bedroom was also incinerated, and really because having two Shinoyamas there is convenient. The video ends. Rosen means a convenient reason to deploy his personal security in the building, that is Xiaoyu, and people whose increased nearby presence Corpse God can detect. He cannot trust ordinary Shinoyama security to protect Polka's life if a Shinoyama is the one demanding its termination. But, wonders Corpse God, what if that Shinoyama is Seo? That would simply be convenient. Misaki and Takumi leave. In the manor's front hall, Kozaburo arrays, and a spying Kazuki and Shizuki Shinoyama listen to Tsubaki Iwanome questioning a maid about the arsonist. Another maid tells the twins the men are policemen, but they disbelieve her. Iwanome, with his dyed hair, piercings, and host-like clothing, looks the farthest thing from a cop. Takaru Shinoyama, shadowed by his bodyguards Taipei and Bao, approaches the inspectors and expresses surprise at seeing them, since he thought the police finished interrogations the day prior. Iwanome says he and Arrays have come from a slightly different department bearing questions for Takaru specifically. Once the five have head to a private room, Iwanome names fire-breathing Bug as a suspect in the estate arson. Takaru skeptically supposes that if Iwanome is being truthful, then they have seen the last of fire-breathing Bug's crimes. Iwanome makes no guarantees, so Takaru makes a point of describing how anxious he has been to see the police capture fire-breathing Bug ever since Bug burned down several buildings that clients had entrusted to Shinoyama security, thereby tarnishing the company's reputation. Iwanome winces at this and Takaru's follow-up. Of course, an arrest wouldn't count for much if they escaped from prison, like Phantom Solitaire, who, incidentally, caused Shinoyama Security's stock price to fall when he kidnapped the Prime Minister, not that Shinoyama Security was even involved. Takaru hopes that Iwanome can guarantee no further stock tumbles. After exiting the manor, Arrays remarks to Iwanome, of course. Takaru notes, my grandfather seems to be making moves of his own. A flashback then shows Xiaoyu's limbless body in the hospital due to him running into the Agakura on his first job. In this critical condition, Xiaoyu hears his father say he'll now serve as a Tingfu. This means that he'll be a living child whose body will be used to cultivate a poisonous bacteria. Hearing this, Rosen buys Xiaoyu from his father to use him for testing their latest cyborg technology. A scantily clad Lisa Kuraki lounges by the side of a hot tub and browses information on the Shinoyama's cyborg research on her phone. Her two subordinates, as they skinny dip in a hot tub, offer commentary. The blonde wonders if the client who requested the hit on Polka Shinoyama was not a Shinoyama family member after all, while the brunette says it would make sense to use one of their own assassins if said assassins are actually that powerful. The brunette immediately pulls her in for a kiss when she reaches the hot tub. While the two have sex, Clarissa answers the blonde's question about the Shinoyama's ties to contract killers by remarking that the Xiaoyu family is the one she hears about most. Known as the High Lie, Black Lightning, the clan was forced to switch from their traditional methods to the latest Shinoyama technology. The two families' relationship, she says, is unique. In the abandoned building, Xiaoyu continues listening in on Corpse God's conversation, as he wonders what the imposter's goal is. The episode ends with Polka, Misaki, and the others preparing to open the fortune-telling business again when Iwanome and Arrays walk through the door, and Iwanome asks Polka to read his fortune.
How was the video? We hope it was good. If so, please check these videos. Also, please comment down your thoughts and your suggestions for future videos. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing now to show the support to our channel. We hope to see you soon with another video right in this channel. Have a nice day.